So I'm going to show you how you can really spruce up your guitar playing and your solos by adding this one note. And it's just a really simple thing, but it's going to add a lot of color to your basic kind of pentatonic scales. So I'm just going to start by kind of playing the scale we all know and love, right, which is our pentatonic scale. I'm in the key of A. Here's the basic box, blues box, pentatonic scale that we all know and love, and you know, there's a lot of great sounds in that scale, but we're going to add this one note. And the note I'm going to add is right here. It's right in the middle of the scale. So I'm just going to walk up, add that note right in the very middle of the scale there. And what I'm doing is I'm adding a major third in to the minor pentatonic blues. So here's a minor chord. There's the minor note and the minor third. And here's a major chord. So that's the note I'm adding in. So it's kind of like you're taking a minor scale and you're adding this major note in. And all of a sudden it opens up that door to this kind of cool, kind of bluesy, more majory sound. So there's a couple of ways you can use that. Just, you can hammer on, just play your normal blues licks, and then hammer on there instead of just kind of landing on the minor note. But what's really cool is when you bend this note. Now, to me, there's this no man's land in between the minor and the major note when you're playing blues and rock music. And what you can do is you can take that minor note and you can bend it up to the major note. But there's a myriad of different sounds when you don't actually quite bend all the way up to the major third. You kind of just get these little kind of microtonal bends in between. So there's all these kind of like little variations, and it's such an expressive sound. I mean, you can even it almost like imitates the sound of a slide guitar in a way. And I love that sound. It's so cool. It's so expressive, And you can also slide. So I remember when I was young, I heard Eric Clapton playing, and he would use that. He would really emphasize that note a lot in his playing, and it just looked like he was jamming up and down blues scales, but it just had this kind of different sound. I mean, even that kind of thing there, and so you'd hear him playing these licks. You can even kind of bend that note and the second string together to get this kind of. So you can do that in any key. It sounds cool in the key of E. It's right there on the open string. Or in the key of C. Now, you can use it to create those kind of bluesy sounds. But you can also use it for a lot of kind of cool rockabilly stuff. A lot of rockabilly music emphasizes that note. Or even jazzy kind of sounds. So you can mess around with it, but it really adds a lot of color to the sound. A good way to think about it is just try walking down the scale, and then you can kind of hammer on and resolve it. That's a great lick to start with. So that's one of the things you can do with your guitar playing is you got your basic things that you're comfortable with, your basic scales, like this. Get really comfortable. They're almost like fingering positions. And then you take one little tweak or one little change. Just try adding one note. I mean, there's lots of different, the pentatonic scale is a five-note scale. And there's 12 notes in music.